chicken today. You know where I'm at, so you know what time it is. Um, I'm doing so much right now, you guys, so bear with me. The light blew out in the kitchen, so I had to bring a lamp from Nene room into the kitchen so you guys can actually see me well. I can see without this light because we have a light over top of the stove, of course. But I'm just letting you know, if you do see the lamp next to me, it look real crazy, but that's so you guys can see me actually cook this meal. What I decided to do was just fix something a little simple. Well, simple for me. We're going to use these pork boneless spare ribs. Well, country style ribs basically. And we're going to use these and make a braised smothered pork over white fluffy rice and probably some broccoli on the side. No, we'll try some green beans that I had made from scratch a couple of days ago. So we're going to have the braised country style smothered pork chops, not chops, but pork, with over top of white fluffy rice. And we're going to have as a dessert a quick strawberry cheesecake, and I will show you guys how to make that. That's a great dessert. It came from the dollar store as well, so it's a great dessert that came from the dollar store. We're going to make that, and we're going to have ice cream on the side, vanilla ice cream. So let's start seasoning our meat, because what you need to do is first, we're not going to bake this only. We're going to braise the meat. We're going to create a flavor. Well, basically, we're going to infuse the flavor in by braising the meat. And what that entails is you place a little bit of olive oil or any kind of oil into your pan. You're going to flour the meat and season the meat, but you're not going to flour it like you flour chicken. You're not going to drench it. You're just going to drizzle. Okay, so not drenching, drizzling to that. Okay, so once you season the meat and drizzle with flour, make sure the pan, the oil is hot. You're going to place the meat face down into the pan, just so that seals the all the seasoning into the meat and also creates somewhat of a crust. Now, we're not trying to fry the meat so it's cooked, okay? We're just creating the outside crust and also infusing the seasonings into the meat, or sealing them. Once that takes about 2 to 3, 4 minutes, you're going to turn it over, okay? Turn it over and then do the same thing on the other side. I have no idea what's going on with my computer and why everything is running so slow. My mouth is probably not catching up, but we'll see. There you go, man. That's Daddy. I was telling them that the light is out. It came out.
Oh, wow. I'll change that when I get back.
Yeah, I know. Hi, honey. Hi, baby love. Hi. Love you too, baby.
Gotta go. Gotta make the money. Oh, he's off today, so he said I can come down whenever I'm ready.
Oh, for the movies?
Yeah.
Some more? Okay. Alright, hi. That was Daddy and Pootie coming in for a minute. They gone back out. Like I said, that's how you're going to do it. The meat is not going to get done on the inside. We all know that. But then, after that, you're just going to add a little bit of stock. And you can actually use the same pot, because the olive oil that you cooked it in, again, you're not using deep frying methods. You're not going to use too much oil. So the oil that is in there is fine. Preferably, if it's not olive oil, use canola oil. Both of those are considered healthier oils, so that's fine. It being inside the pot, it also saves when you have to do less dishes. But we all know how that can be, and that's a great thing. Then, once it's halfway done, talking about the meat, that is, once that's halfway done, we're going to create our gravy. And what you're going to do is, well, I'll show you guys, but what you're going to do is you're going to add a little bit of flour, then you're going to add a little bit of stock, the stock that's cooking inside of the pork, which Miss Tina says is, Sexy Tina, hot liquor. Then we're going to add a little bit of our onion soup mix. Ladies, if you want, you could also add this. Once the meat is braised and you've created that crust or whatever, add this with some water, just like it tells you on the back. Mix that together with the onion soup mix and place it in. You can either do it on top of the stove on low heat, you can do it in a crock pot, or you can do it in the oven. You're going to get that meat nice and tender. Remember, the flavors is already infused because of the braising process. And we're cooking our rice. Actually, right now the rice is done. What you do is, when it's almost done, take it off, put a saucer or a lid on top, and that creates the rice to get thoroughly cooked and also for the fluffy. Alright, so let's get started. I'm just going to pan down. If y'all see all these cups, Sexy Tina, you see all the McDonald's cups, y'all know Tina and Chuck love themselves some of that McDonald's tea. And Sexy Tina got her Chuck hooked onto the 7-Eleven tea now. Crazy, y'all crazy. Anyway, let's get started. Let me pan this camera down. This is the meat. Then we're going to add some seasoning to this, of course. Now, I've been chilling on the accent a little bit because one of my subscribers told me that for one, it causes you to eat a little bit more because it has some kind of chemical in it. This is cayenne pepper, you guys. And that was adobe. Yeah, so I've been chilling a little bit on the accent because it makes you eat more, and then it also has MSG in it, and that's not good, and I know that. So what I've said is I will not cut it out altogether, but I will cut back. And that's salt, a little bit of pepper, and you're going to make sure you do the same thing to both sides. I cannot stand people that have one-sided good tasting meat. I hate it. So turn it over, do the same thing. Then we're going to drizzle it, and I'll show you what I mean by drizzling and not drenching. We're going to drizzle our flour on it. Again, making sure your pan is heating. That was adobe. Salt, pepper. It's not that difficult because the gravy is also, so be careful because the gravy is also going to have some of these seasonings incorporated, so it's going to be a very flavorful dish, but it's going to seem like it's difficult, but it's not, as you can see. This is what I mean by drizzling. Okay, so you're just going to make sure that it's coated, but not coated to the point where you can't even see the color of the meat, because at that point then you're creating like a frying effect. Plus, this flour helps along with the thickening process when you're creating your gravy, and also while you're baking or simmering the meat. So once that's coated, you're going to put that in to your pan that's already heated, and it has your extra virgin olive oil in it. Again, cooking it on both sides until you see a brownish crust. And then once that is done, I will show you what we need to do. Excuse me, show you what we need to do before we put it into the oven and start that process. Okay? Thank you all for viewing. Thank you all for commenting, subscribing, and all that good stuff. I'll show you the next video, and that will be putting it into the oven, preparing our gravy, and simmering it. Thanks. Bye-bye.